Hey gamers, it's grindthisgame here, back with some Stranded Alien Dawn, also known as 3D RimWorld, and our people here are having a bit of a dance party. They're on the handpan and the Dirija, whatever it's called, that makes pretty cool music. So they like that, they got a little bit of a boost out of that party. Now, this is going to be about 7 hours of footage edited down to 35 minutes because this game gets really grindy and there's a lot of kind of waiting. Crafting is extremely slow, like crafting clothes and a lot of stuff. Super slow. And there's, just like RimWorld, there's an attack pretty often, and as you get more powerful, the attacks get more powerful. So I go through quite a bit of the technology, almost everything, but not quite. So there'll probably be one more episode. And I managed to get 7 colonists. I start off with 3? 4? No, I think I started with 3. No, I started with 4. I can't remember. Anyway, we get up to 7. Now, I've sped up the battles because they're kind of monotonous. I usually take the attack to them and then just get within range a little bit, get a couple of them to attack, take those out, and then move forward and rinse and repeat. It works pretty well, but it's very manual. I'm trying to set up more and more turrets so that they will attack the base instead. But they tend to attack just about anywhere. Like I've made a little bit of a, or I make a little bit of a kill box. And they just kind of ignore it and attack any random walls. And animals will often come in and start eating crops. Like these bulls here. Alien bulls, I should say. And unfortunately, the pulse rifle kills all your crops if it's kind of in the way. So we're trying to put a wall around the whole base to keep the animals out. At least keep those grazers out. Now we're in fall and winter is approaching, so I'm going to put some more heaters in here. I put in wood burning stoves, but I also put in the electric heaters. Now the wood burners I'm only going to use during cold snaps when it gets really cold. And during normal winter I'll use the electric heat. Now later on you can automate lights based on day or night, and you can automate temperature. A lot of stuff you can automate, which is nice. And you can automate certain power producers coming on, depending on the battery charge, kind of like oxygen not included. So we're putting in more solar panels. I'm doing a mix of solar and wind. Skipping ahead here, I'm gonna make some private bedrooms finally. Now I'm not making them very big. So they're not going to get a large room bonus, but they'll get a private bedroom bonus. And spoiler alert, 2 of the colonists get married in this episode. And we get them together in one private bedroom. Now there's no children or babies in this game. But that was pretty cool, getting them together. Funny story though, the wife of one of the couple ends up falling in love with another guy while she's still married. Anyway, I'm putting some vents in here to kind of distribute the heat throughout this one main building. Eventually I'll probably move these bedrooms out of here. There's a couple bedrooms in this main area, and we'll make private bedrooms somewhere else, maybe, depending on how things go. Here's another animal attack. Now, like I said, I edited a lot of them out because they're just... It's the same thing over and over. And I speed up the battles just because they're kind of boring. Now I try to lead them towards traps so they get stuck. And I'll lead them towards turrets once I get them. The nice thing about the... Okay, we're going to get long distance travel here. That'll allow us to start doing missions. But the nice thing about the attacks is that the meat comes to you. Okay, we discovered glitter caps. They're pretty common. I just eventually observed them there. Got a few lazy boy chairs in there for them to relax. And here we go, the wedding between Simon and Nova. Now I say go ahead, but it turns out they actually don't do the celebration. And then later on they ask me again to do the celebration, and then the second time it works. Here we go, putting the fence in. Now this twig fence is super weak, but and here's the bed setup. If you want to get their beds together, you can't have a bed beside a wall. You kind of have to have them in the center of the room so that they can get in one side and get in the other. But here goes our first expedition. We're gonna try to go check out the cargo pod with Simon. Now you can find people on these missions, depending on the mission. And you can also have them to kind of wander in and randomly join, kind of like in RimWorld. The pacing of this game is much slower than RimWorld. Okay, he found some emergency rations, we'll take them. And it's New Year's Eve again, we're at year 2. Got the private bedrooms in. We're getting ready for the New Year's celebration, fireworks. So yeah, the pacing. I really hope they kind of deal with the pacing and make the, I don't know about the attacks, they're just kind of not that exciting. Now the enemy forces get bigger and stronger and tougher. So you kind of have to adapt. Now I make a discovery later on about carbon fiber. Oh, here we go. Here's the wedding. We'll wait for everyone to get out here and attend. There they go. And Han there he's got the confetti going on. Pretty funny. And we got a signal rocket. Yay, they're married. Okay, could be a survivor. Wow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna try to go do that mission. Once we get enough fuel, we need to make some more fuel for the hot air balloon. There's some random hunting. Now the alien nests, the red nests, I'll show this later, but I should have attacked one of them earlier because they're pretty easy to take out and they give you carbon fiber, a lot of carbon fiber, which you can use for carbon armor later, which is a huge upgrade. There's another battle. Yeah, carbon armor, carbon walls, carbon buildings. Carbon fiber is the way to go. And Simon has no pants on and it's wintertime. Because it takes so damn long to make clothes. I eventually put 2... here we go for the signal rocket. I eventually put up 2 tailoring benches to try to help get clothes produced faster. And their skills go up, so they get a little bit faster. Actually, I don't know if the skill makes them faster. It makes it the chance of them failing lower. I'm not sure if it actually makes it faster. Okay, here we see a bug-like creature. We're going to try to fend off the beast. And... okay. Oh, okay. So this is when Katina joins. So now there are 7. Let's see what kind of skills she has. What is she good at? Well, we need a bed for her, first of all. We'll put her in the lounge area. Okay, skills. She is good at healing, decent intellect, not very good at combat. She'll be like a support person. We'll copy over our schedule here. Give her the same schedule. Now I'm forcing them to sleep at the same time because I find otherwise they get out of sync, and especially the married couple, I want them to sleep at the same time. Now if you use a switch, you can put, I've got all the heaters on a single switch, and later on I put all the turrets on a single switch, so it makes it a lot easier to turn them all on and all off. You just have to turn on one switch instead of going around to every single heater or every single turret. And you can, each one goes on its own signal. That's how they work. Okay, some more research here. Carbon armor, I want to do that later, but we'll do diesel generators here first. I did find metal. I was always running out of metal. Now there are the wrecks that continually fall, and there's meteorites that fall that have some metal, but not a whole lot. There goes the second tailoring bench. To help make clothes faster, because half of them are pantless. Running around, things flopping around. Okay, here's the first turret. I thought about doing a laser turret, but I ended up doing a machine gun. The missile launcher I think is for airborne critters. I'll definitely need one of those later because we get attacked by dragonfly looking things. And later on I raise the turret up. I put it on a couple of foundations. And that helps with the range getting over the little mini wall that I have here. Okay, here's another short battle. These guys are a little bit stronger. These are the ones that come out of the hive, I think. So same tactic as usual. Get in range of a few of them. And if too many attack, just run back a bit, and they tend to give up. Sometimes. Sometimes they'll turn around. But at least it gives you a bit more range to take them out. Yeah, you can see 3 just turned back, 4 just turned back, so it's just kind of like a little hit and run. As long as you attack them right away with a big group and do this tactic, you'll probably win every single battle. You can see there's a lot there. One left. Now later on I get the railgun, which is a gun they carry around. It has a bigger range and way more damage. Super awesome. I think it takes 2 fuel cells and maybe some carbon fiber? I can't remember, but it's OP. Here they are, finishing off their dinner, I think. At midnight. They're eating pretty late tonight. Okay, we're gonna do some pickling. Some brick rooms and pulse rifles. Cue that up. Time for another music night, just like we started the episode with. If you're enjoying these episodes, let me know with a thumbs up, helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe as well. New discovery. That was the Shrieker. Okay, that's the aliens we just attacked recently. They look like scorpions, kind of. And I think they're the ones that the nests produce carbon fiber. Okay, came along a corpse. I'll try talking to them. Okay, they ran away at surprising speed. I wonder if they're a cyborg. I know one of the characters is a cyborg. Here's yet another battle, but we have a turret up this time. Now I actually ran to them at first, but there was too many of them. So I ran back to the base to get the gun to help out. Now make sure you don't build them on a weak foundation, because they can destroy the foundation and the gun becomes useless. I suggest a metal or carbon foundation probably. Now, at least there's no friendly fire that I know of in this game. Nova's fleeing. Okay, Nova passed out on the way back. She got exhausted and fell down. Luckily, the critters didn't go and attack her. I left this battle in because it was pretty close. We got some injuries. We got 4 injuries so far. I think Rita passes out here on the ground. And then we have some near mental breaks. Yeah, Rita fainted. It was a long battle, I guess. And we're in a severe heat wave at the same time. But we prevail, and everyone's gonna go get bandaged up, have some food, go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Eventually Rita will wake up. There she goes. We got 4 bleeders. Gotta get them patched up. Now it's morning. Rita's still bleeding, but she's getting medical attention. Brand new sunny day and a bunch of insect corpses around here. Free food, insect meat, and we can turn that into insect grease, kind of. Synthetic clothing is pretty good, but the carbon armor is even better. It's pretty much the best armor in the game, and I managed to get almost everyone wearing carbon armor near the end of this. Now if you hold shift and hit that up arrow, it goes to the very top, I think. Okay, we got the turret raised up a little bit. I ended up raising it a little bit more, but we're collecting our free meat there. Now this was version 1 of the kill box. It was a really bad design. I ended up using something more close to what I would do in RimWorld, which with a kind of a snaking hallway with traps. But they don't always come in that way. They'll often just randomly hit some walls. Got a shooting star. Could find some goodies there. We'll send... I usually send Simon. Peculiar crash site. Let's send Simon. Yeah, Simon's a researcher, so he's a good guy to send. Okay, what did he find? He found the orbital radio core. Now, you still have to research this thing, but I think it lets you contact ships and maybe do trading. I haven't actually built it yet, so we'll find out in the next episode. The next episode will likely be the last episode of the series, just because I think I'll have done everything. And I think 8 is the maximum number of players you can get. I don't think anyone's actually gotten 8 yet, so we'll see. Okay, we found a gleaming, small, smooth meteorite, gleaming pleasantly. Yeah, so there's a bit of a disaster here. All these guys get in and start eating my crops. I was trying to see if I could use a shelter as a wall. And when I opened up the wall, every single animal on the map just came to chow down on my crops. It was a bit of a disaster, but we cleared them out. Make a nice pile of bodies there. Free food. There is a meat lure that you can use that might be handy to kill a bunch of animals. It only brings in carnivores though. And here's a bug just randomly eating a fence. It's not part of a normal attack. I don't know what the heck they're doing, but super annoying. And it happened over and over and over. So I think they're trying to get in to eat the crops, I guess. Or maybe they're trying to pathfind through the base. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Rita gets pretty beat up here. But the turret saves her. Saves the day. And we gotta get those fences sealed so that this doesn't happen anymore. I kind of hope they add a little bit more music to the game. Okay, here's the kill box with the snaking hallway in action. This was a pretty big attack. Get a little bit overwhelmed here, but a lot of them are stuck in the traps, so that helped a lot. I think it's still better to take the fight to them and then just pick them off one at a time. And I put a flamethrower here right by the front door. I actually have never seen it work, but I'm assuming it will crisp them up nicely when they run by. Now it's right before winter and I'm trying to harvest these crops up real quick. And I'm adding more to the kill hallway. If you can get out of the base and lead them to the entrance of the hallway and then get them to come through it that way, it kind of helps. But if you're in the base and they attack, they'll just go through any random wall, it seems like. Now the food that's rotting away there, that's actually up on the hill where I harvested some berries and they never actually got around to bringing it in. We're pretty good for food at the moment though. Here's another attack with some flying critters. Now these guys kind of dive bomb you and spit acid at you. A little bit tougher in some ways. But still, if you do the flee and attack, it's not too bad. If the whole swarm attacks you at once, pretty much everyone will die. Okay, we found... Oh, we discovered the humming fly. That's the thing I just killed. Insect meat. Now this was just kind of a random attack. And yet another random attack. Now this was a big one. These guys are a lot tougher. This was probably maybe the closest battle I had. The turret does do some damage. I think my plan is to have carbon walls on the outside. And then put traps all around the outside as well. And then if they breach, we'll have turrets to take them out. This was extra bad because there was an extreme cold snap while we got attacked. And a lot of people had no clothes on, so they were freezing to death. It's a close call. Eventually they all get warmed up and don't die. We've got the electric heaters on and all the stoves on at the same time. Rita has a life-threatening hypothermia. Rough. Sometimes they when they're cold, they'll just stand outside like idiots. So you have to force them into bed or force them into a room to warm up. Or you can put their schedule to all relax. But even then they might stand outside and play the drums or whatever. and freeze to death. So we set Rita to bed, and she got warmed up. Okay, so carbon rooms is next on the research queue. And railgun snipers. Now, best gun in the game so far, as far as I can tell. The laser turret's pretty awesome, but it's a turret, not a gun. Oh, something just flew by. And we'll get some carbon armor going. Things tend to malfunction a lot too. Now these shiny rocks, I didn't even notice them before, but these are silicon. So if you observe them, you'll be able to harvest them and get silicon. You can also get it from a plant, but... And here we go. Pawn number 7. Ken joins. Handsome devil. We'll let him in for sure. He might break up some marriages. I can't remember who... Nova falls in love with someone else while she's married. I forget who it is. Okay, we're in year 3 already. Like I said, it was a lot of footage shrunk down. I'm going to put a 4th room in here. I had some stone, so I used stone instead. It's pretty similar to logs in terms of strength and insulation. And this is for Ken, I think. Ken needed a bedroom. And there's the silicon I talked about that comes from these shiny rocks. So we'll mine a bunch of that. New Year's celebration again. Year 3. I think some people have gone all the way to year 7 in the game. I saw a screenshot of a base that had turrets around the whole exterior wall. So like maybe 40 turrets. I don't know where they got all the metal to do that, because metal seems to be pretty rare. Now that switch we're going to put on signal 3. That'll be for the heaters. To save ourselves from turning them on and off individually. And I have another switch for the turrets. Okay, here's where I find, I attack the nest. I should have done this way earlier. There's like 3 or 4 of them on the map. And the fight actually wasn't too bad. Because you can take them out, you know, a few at a time. And the nest itself died really quickly, as you can see here in a second. It's dead. And then everything else, all those globules can be harvested for carbon fiber. And on one of my balloon missions, I found some beef berries. They're not as tolerant as the regular berries, but they might be a little bit better. So I planted a few. Okay, here's the nest formations. Basically, you can harvest them for carbon nanotubes. Pretty amazing. So yeah, I recommend taking out nests earlier if you can. We'll harvest all of them. And each one gives like, as you can see here, like 100. Well, maybe not each one. I think each one might give 30 to 100. I'm not sure exactly, but I got a lot. We got 910 carbon nanotubes now. And there's 4 pieces of carbon armor we can make. You can make a vest, you can make pants, boots, and a helmet. And they have like heat tolerance, they have cool tolerance, they have way better armor. And they're relatively cheap because the nest is pretty easy to take out. We found some beer! Yay! Just getting everyone outfitted in carbon outfits. That should help their survivability if they have any melee encounters. Now I recommend doing until 1 because if you do, like let's say you have 7 people, you would think maybe you would do until 7. But what happens is if you just make 1, then you can put it on someone and they'll automatically make the next one. If you do until 7, then they'll store 7 in the inventory. Okay, we found a data core. We'll get a breakthrough. And we got improved solar panels. These things put out 40 power instead of 20. And here I go. I'm going to put in a carbon room. And I'm going to do it against the wall so that it's a room and it's protection. Got lots of airborne critters coming in. Now you can make a missile launcher for these guys. I haven't made one yet. The old tactic worked on them though. And it was during a meteor shower. Luckily we didn't have any meteorites falling on our heads. Got a few injuries there, but nothing major. Free meat. That railgun is pretty amazing. The range is huge. Here's our little carbon room with really strong walls. And we'll move someone's bedroom in there. Turn a bedroom into a... Oh, this is funny. Han here had a breakdown. So I got Nova to try to knock him out. And check this out. Nova gets flattened. Bam. Fainted. Not that injured, but knocked out. So I send Katina in, I think? I sent someone in. I sent Simon in. Yeah, I sent Simon in to try to knock him out. I don't recommend doing this though, because it seems like he's super strong when he's on a berserk. Here we go. Bam. He's Mike Tyson, man. He just like... And he's actually not doing that much damage to the table, so I would just say let him have his fit. Don't bother trying to knock him out. Husband and wife knocked out in a brawl. Okay, so here I'm putting some carbon walls on the outside. Eventually I'll get a carbon wall around the whole outside, I hope. Because it's super strong. It just requires some refined metal as well, which is not very plentiful. Let me know if you have any ideas for better kill box designs. Or just general tactics. Okay, here we have the last battle of the episode. 99 scarabs. They actually go down pretty fast. We got 2 railguns now, so we can hit them at really far range with a wallop. Skipping ahead here. Had some few minor injuries. A couple minor injuries. Now I guess I could have cutted them around to the turrets. But it's just as easy to kill them with the whole group. I hope they add some kind of flattening tool for all these huge holes in the earth, because it kind of makes the landscape ugly and you can't build on them. Okay, Jack's gonna have a meltdown here. But that's gonna be it for the episode. There's gonna be one more. Like I said, we're gonna try to get an 8th person and try to get through the rest of the technology. There isn't much left to research. And I want to fortify the walls with carbon walls. So if you liked it, hit that thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.